That, Mr. Anderson, is the sound of inevitability. Hello, beautiful people. Guess what? We checked all the boxes today. I know you didn't see it coming. Us starting live on time. I certainly didn't see it coming yesterday when last I saw you on a lark, I decided to press publish on the latest episode of Modern Rogue. Turns out to be the biggest launch in 6 years. We'll break all those numbers down. But in the meantime, we got to welcome all the new people. Welcome to Office Hours, day 185. Office Hours, of course, is the Five Nation check-in. That's where we check in with the fine folks over at Scam School with 2 million subscribers. Almost 2 million subscribers. Modern Rogue with 1.7 million subs. We got X.com with 1.3 million followers. We got the fine suits over in LinkedIn. Hello, I would like your money, please. We're all business people here. And of course, the elite ones, the hardest of the hardcores, the Diamond Club. If I could, I would, oh dear, that's not there. That's not what we're supposed to see at all. There we go. If I could, I would tattoo their names all over my faces. You can join us. We go live every single morning. And because we're in the middle of fighting a robot uprising, because guess what? The bad guys have robots. We're on track to lose $40 billion a year to fraud, and that's just the reported part. The robots are here to steal all your money. We'll get to that. But that's why we got to learn how we deceive others and how we deceive ourselves. So as a result, we're walking back through the old back catalog of Scam School episodes, all the way back to episode 1. We call it Scam School School. If Scam School was the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street, then Scam School School is the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. And today we are on episode 8331, the ultimate rigged card game. It's a beauty. This is a fun game. If I remember correctly, beneath the surface, it ends up being yet another sneaky version of NIM. We'll watch the entire episode, and during the episode, you guys go ahead and put your questions in the comments, and I'll reveal secret behind-the-scenes information, and we'll start gambling afterwards. Oh, I forgot to show you the new layout. Look at that. Isn't that neat? There we go. Now we'll start this up. Here we go.
This week, a rigged game that you can use to beat them twice. This episode of Scam School has two mommies, GoDaddy and Netflix. Congratulations, because just by viewing this episode, you're already halfway to completing your GED. Welcome to Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week we're going to combine lessons you learned in 2 previous episodes, NIM and Advanced NIM, in order to create the ultimate card game, 31. All right, what's going on, guys? I'm Brian.
Brian, I'm Tim.
Tim.
I'm Byron. Nice to meet you, Brian.
Byron, good to meet you guys. We're going to play a game that is 100% totally fair. It is a game of skill.
You said fair.
I said fair. And mental dexterity. We're going to call it, it goes by a bunch of different names. We're going to call it 31. You guys know the game 21, right?
Yeah. We do?
How does I hope you do. So we're going to keep drawing cards until you end up with...
Nothing, no money.
Yeah, no money. And the casino has all your cash.
Walking home, yes.
But the idea in 21 is you get to 21 and you win. If you go over 21, you lose, right?
I got that part.
There you go. Same rules here. We're trying to get to 31. If you hit 31, you win. Whoever goes past 31 loses. Make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
You guys can even be on a team together. You can work out your strategy and decide what you want to do.
We put our heads together here?
Yeah, however you want. And in fact, I'll even let you decide if you guys want to go first or you want me to go first.
That would be subtraction.
We're going to take turns, one at a time, grabbing cards, and we'll add it to the pot. When the pot gets to 31, remember, whoever crosses 31 loses.
All right, who goes first?
Yeah, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Oh, you go first.
You go
I've got
first.
the honest face.
You got it. I've got the honest face. I'll start with a 3. That's a good
I'm going to go with
number.
a big one here.
A 6. So you didn't even consult your partner. You
Yeah, I
just
know.
run it off in whatever direction. All right, well, you know what? We'll do
Partner?
that. So now we're at, I guess we had 3, then we had 9,
We're
now
at
we're at
10.
10. We're at 10.
I'm going to go with a low one.
Now we're at 12.
So 12, you know what? Power play, boom.
17. Ooh.
That's right.
Okay, I'm going to go for a 2.
Ah, 19. I see, that's how you roll.
I'm out thinking you.
Boom. Again,
24.
24.
And now you're screwed.
I'm going to go for 28.
So 28. 28. Now you realize the name of the game is
31. So that means
31.
he loses?
So it means he loses. That's
I
right.
like
That's
that.
called passing
I
the
like
buck.
that. All right.
Now that you know the game and you know
You're from out of town, aren't you?
I am from out of town.
Okay,
Does it
good,
show?
yeah.
All right. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
He goes first.
Go first.
The brains.
See, now he's really thinking about it.
Not bad.
Now he's not messing around. So we go from 6 to 10.
There's a pattern here somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna go put a 1 on your.
Oh, I see. 11. Pow, 17.
Pattern.
I'll go with 2.
Oh, so 19, 24.
And
we're still screwed.
We're still screwed.
Yeah.
Byron?
Byron smells it coming. Now there's actually
There's a
way.
combination of 7 somewhere.
This is actually a combination of 2 techniques we learned in earlier episodes called NIM and Advanced NIM. So you might call this Ultimate NIM, and we're going to explain how to win every time.
You didn't learn this in prison, did you?
Not yet. Maybe I'll teach it in prison.
All right.
We're going to learn the technique, but first we have to thank our sponsors. And now we continue our quest to find the ultimate domain smack. As you know by now,
Man,
domains
I'm
are
just
so
realizing that
ridiculously
this
cheap
was a
that GoDaddy.com
particularly
has been
good
registering them
episode
just
to
make
do
insults
with
that
the
are
multiple
friends, but it doesn't
phases
always
because
have
we
to be
had
that
the 2
way.
sponsors,
Imagine how much easier it
and
would be to
so
find
we
one
were
of
able
your
to,
YouTube videos if it
without
had its
a
own
C block.
domain. That's exactly what Scam School fan
Bah.
Dave did when he registered the site onedave1cup.com, which points to this video of a dude slamming a beer really, really fast. It's kind of impressive, actually.
That's of the
Got an idea
moment,
for a
man, for
domain
sure.
smack? Then
But
head on over
at
to
any rate, so in this
GoDaddy.com and
one,
make sure
I
to
believe
use the
phase
promo
1
code
is you want to,
SCAMP
you know,
at
get them, but
Not
then
only
you
will
want to
that
dangle
give
in
you
front of
your
them the
domain for less than
possibility that they can know how it's done
$7.5,
themselves.
you'll forward it
And
anywhere
if
you
I remember
want,
correctly, there's an
absolutely free.
aha
And most
gotcha
importantly, you'll
where
be
you get them
us here at
again.
Scam School
We'll see it. Here we
still
go.
swimming in the drinks. This one uses a couple of techniques that are going to be familiar to people who've seen the episodes on NIM and Advanced NIM. Basically, you want to hit certain pole positions. In order to hit 31, you need to either at some point have it be your turn and have the total be either 3, 10, 17, or 24. Once that happens,
Okay, got it.
Once that happens, there's no way to lose, provided once you hit a pole position, then you always make the total equal 7 every round after that. Does that make sense? So let's say we're at 10 and I take a 2. So now we're at 12.
I hit a 5.
So you do a 5, so we're now at 17. And then I do a 3, so you would do...
I hit a 4.
You do a 4, now we're at 24. And then I do a 5, you would do...
A 2.
And now you're at 31, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's so easy.
See, it is so easy, right?
Golly.
So let's actually give it a try.
Can I win my car back?
If you're extra lucky, you can win your car back. And in fact, I'm going to let you guys play each other now. I'm going to sit over here. So now, remember, it doesn't
Here,
matter.
you take the car keys.
Here
Oh,
we
now I'm
go.
gonna lose because I didn't follow any of that.
All right, so who wants to go first?
3, 7, 10.
3, 10. So remember, the first one is 3. After that, it's in 7s. So 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 7 is 17. So he
3.
starts with 3. So he's at 6. So you do.
I do this. Thanks to the prophet.
There you go, 10. So remember, from now on, whatever
Don't
he
tell me
does.
I'm gonna
Okay,
get my
you got
car
it.
back.
All right.
1.
Oh, he's got it down now.
All right, laugh at your chances.
So he mocks you. He's at 17, 18, 24,
I'm still screwed.
24, 30, and 31.
Alcohol is bad for
He's
you.
got it, right? All right, now hold on. Don't put your car keys away. I still get a crack at him, right? Because you know the gimmick now.
All
There's
right.
no way I can beat you, right? Because you know, in fact, I'll even let you go first.
I can see something bad happening now.
Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. But first, we have to check in with our other sponsors.
Man,
All right, this week your homework assignment is to check out the
this
Great
might
Buck
be
Howard
canonically
2008.
one of the
Sorry,
most
John
on
Malkovich is
point
a past
Scam School
crime
episodes
investor
of the day.
who
Right
recaptures
down
the
to the
Great
selections in
Buck
there. We get a good
Characters based on
domain
real life
smack, an
actors,
integrated
amazing
sponsor with
friends,
GoDaddy,
one of
with
my
the good
favorite parts
punchline,
of the movie.
with the good
All
video
the
of a,
little things
of a fan
exactly
slamming a
right
beer,
about what it means to
and
be a
the
variety
great Buck
entertainer
Howard
nowadays.
is
If
a legit great movie that gets so many aspects about the magic world 100% right. It's awesome. Wow. Also, are you guys familiar with this thing called Netflix? They send you DVDs in the mail. How about that?
Netflix.com/scamschool and sign up for your free
There we go.
2-week trial. Just make sure to put the wwws at the beginning of the URL because it's just as important as the Scam School at the end to make sure we get credit. You're the sharp here. You know exactly how to win the game, right? There's nothing I can do. I can tell you're ready. I'll even let you go first. Why don't you go straight to a pole position?
3.
Ah. See, now you've got the first pole position. There's nothing that I can do, right?
It's all on tape.
It's all on tape.
7.
So we're at 7.
10.
So 10, 14, 17, go to 21, 24. What are we at now?
All
28?
right, I take these. I'm starting to hate you, Brian.
What do you got to do?
Turn the lights off and get out of here. All right.
You got to play it through. I got to get your car keys.
You Scrooged me somehow.
And 31 winner. So you tell what you do. This is one of the great versions of NIM where you can actually teach.
Is this a magical land called Nim?
The magical land of NIM where people screw people out of car keys. In the magical land of NIM, you can actually teach. This is the one version of it where you can explain the concept of pole positions and about adding up to the number 7 in order to own the game the whole way through. And even if they know it, which all you have to do is burn out all 4 of any one set of cards, and then he's totally hosed. He can't hit the next pole position, which means you get 31.
In this land of Nim, you didn't tell me there was that catch.
That's right.
All right.
That's how you scam.
I am so happy now to learn how to cheat my little brothers and things like this.
All right, well, thanks so much.
All right,
You guys
thank
are
you very
awesome.
much.
Thank
did
you.
well, man. Take care, guys.
6 years in high school and I couldn't figure it out.
One of the biggest things I love about pulling 31 is if somebody's already seen you do advanced NIM or NIM, you can finally let them in on the secret and then sucker punch them at the end. By the way, if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at Brian@Revision3. If you have any questions about this scam or you want to see any of the episodes right back to episode 1, check out scamschool.tv. If you're doing the Twitter thing, you can follow us at twitter.com/scamschool or follow my goofy adventures all over the United States at twitter.com/schwood. Join us next week because I will be apologizing for this. You're wondering who I am. Secret, secret, I've got the secret. Machine or mannequin. Secret, secret, I've got the secret. With parts made in Japan. Secret, secret, I've got the secret. I am the modern man. Hot damn, man. That was a dang fine episode of Scam School. Like, that was super tight across all the different vectors. It was tight on breaking apart into 3 parts. It had the setup, the reveal, and then the double gotcha. It had tight sponsor integrations, and we even crack open into a bit of dipshit, horseshit Brian territory. This is like 10 out of 10. By the way, if you, let's see, let me do YouTube, Brian Brushwood karaoke bad. Let's see. I think we get, yeah, there we go. They ended up making an entire music video that they couldn't release because of content ID. Who knows? Maybe I'll be about to get in trouble for it as well. But they ended up making the entire thing. Hold on. I've been hiding under my skin. My heart is human. My blood is boiling. My brain IBM. So if you see me acting strangely, don't be surprised. I'm just a man who needed someone and somewhere to hide to keep me alive. To keep me alive. Somewhere to hide.
Here we go.
Forget what you know. I'm just a man whose circumstances went beyond his control, beyond my control. We all need control. I'm in control. We all need control. I am the modern man. Secret, secret, I've got a secret. Who hides behind a mask. Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
I think this is the part that always. This was where I would do an improv riff.
Take this moment to take a break and to tea. And now, I'm gonna take this moment to take a break, a musical break, for 20 full measures. And during this time, I will not let the energy drop one bit, no! For that is an amateur mistake in the realm of karaoke. That's right, thank you. Now, you thank you very much, and you thank me. Oh, thank you.
Anyway, it kind of falls off from there. But yeah, dude, that was also a video that also had a tie-in with an extended version. Well, that one, oh, here's a little hint. We're about to play our game. That karaoke video had 7,500 views. So now it's time to play Guess Attack. Head on over to guessattack.com. Hold on, let me get that link up there. If you're unfamiliar, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but YouTube is a bit of a miracle. Oh, there we go. Hey, there we go. Thank you very much, Nightbot. Yeah, so head on over to Guess Attack. Here's the thing. Sometimes videos pop, sometimes they don't. The videos that we're watching right now are all part of a big data dump right when the channel first opened. If you missed it, Scam School for a while, their Revision 3 thought they were competing with YouTube, so they didn't have their own YouTube channel. They certainly didn't have one for each individual show broken out. But when they released it, it was in December 29th, 2009, and some of the back catalog broke out and was a hit. We've seen them go as high as 1.5 million. We've seen them stay as low as 4.5 thousand. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to guessattack.com. You're going to place your bets, and then whoever's closest gets on the leaderboard. This one was really polished and tight. Had a strong title, strong proposition. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. We'll see. The guesses are Magic 51 says 124,000. Flying Car 100 says 54,325. Cliff Horn says 105,263. BioCow coming in at 36,500. Flochinachi says 52,720. Kian says 90,000. G James B at 42,300. Bantarat at 9,999, taking the under on 10K. Earth 56 at 45,500. Joey 666 also at 45,000. I wonder if we'll have a tie. Curtis Hoffman 6956 at 30,000. Today's name is 18,549. Muslix at 45,000. Could we have a three-way tie? I don't know. Charles Rubach taking the under at 49,494. Hawk says 1.2 million. James Cobalt says 31,427. And the real, actual number is 149. 46,149. That's not bad. So the question now is who got it closest? I'm going to hit. Oh, no active guesses. Do we have a winner? Earth 56 with 45,500 is off by 649. Congratulations. Is Earth 56, is that 2 wins in a row? Our first 2-time champion. It's not the 45,000 tie. No, it's well, let's see. 45,000. 46,149. Yeah, wait a minute. 45,500. I think it's a three-way tie. Oh. 46,149. Hold a tick. Does this math correctly? Because 45,000 would be closer. I wonder why it says 45,000 is off. What's going on? I mean, don't tell me. I'm just believing the... wait, BioCow says Earth definitely got it. So 45.5. Oh, 46,000. Derp. I was thinking 44,000. Yes, that is correct. Yes, no, Earth 56 won. Sorry, had a moment. Guess who's over 50 now and occasionally is dumb? Occasionally. Womp womp. All right, so let's keep on going. We placed our bets. Let's go through the comments. Here's another beautiful thing about YouTube is that it remembers. YouTube remembers. Like the North. Oh, here, let me get the whiteboard on there. There we go. Oh, remind me of the May meme. I don't know that one. I know it has something. Is that Lance Bass? Welcome to Brian is Old. All right. Oh, it is Friday. Look at that. Thank you, Rebecca Black. That's great. So here's the thing, because look, YouTube's a miracle. It remembers every single video you ever saw all the way back to episode 1. It knows when you gave up on a video all the way back to the very first time you encountered YouTube. But my favorite part is that you have left breadcrumbs all over the place. In the heat of a moment, you placed comments and everything. I like to trace those threads back, all the way back to a message to you. As a matter of fact, we've had a few people who show up for the live streams who had become latent fans and fallen off, and then all of a sudden they get a message saying Brian responded to a 15-year-old comment. So that's what we're going to do. There we go. Old Netflix is so nostalgic. Oh, wait, I'm logged in the wrong thing. Let's switch accounts. Let's jump on over to the Scam Nation account. There we go. There we go. So nostalgic. Agreed. We're turning... There we go. Turning the nostalgia to 11 on the live streams. Revisiting every single episode. Join us, Brian. This episode has two mommies, GoDaddy and Netflix. I definitely loved the irony when I said that. Mr. Roboto is my go-to karaoke move. I love the Blue Sun t-shirt. Yay. Starting with the 1 or 2 is more difficult. There, I'll just say heart. Whatever you did right. This is exactly why, like the video Brian did with Dice. Only with that game, it was up to 50, and the pole positions were blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I don't think we've gotten to that one on the live stream rewatches. You should join us. Brian, yes, I am hair is always like that. Yes. Shiny shirt. Heck yeah. You hear about the animated version coming? Alcohol is bad for you. Drinks alcohol. Accurate. I figured out both tricks before the first sponsor message. Well done. I think its first pile is all were you right? 6 years of high school. LOL. 3 plus 7x. I think I played this or saw this somewhere. Well done. You can see in the episode how I set them up. So funny. Breaking hearts and blasting parts. Nice. Classic. Here we go. I've been examining this game since I discovered this video. It's been a while. Okay. Yeah, it looks like past Brian responded. 7, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know what that means. I figured it out. Great. You're great. Great. Nice game. I think you just saw in the episode. Man, there's like this threshold, this thermocline, where you dip deep enough and then the comments, it just becomes unproductive. It's like, well, clearly, you're literally asking people to just describe for you the video you're supposed to watch. There we go. What is the setup for the cards? How do you set it up? Okay, this is too dumb. With all due respect, but I could still beat anyone who's seen this video. If you want to challenge people to yet another game, they will say you can start. You play a 5 and you win. Interesting. Use the... okay, now they're arguing with each other. This is outside of my ad. Oh, no. Except for the skip ad. I want you to know 13 years later that it was your ad skip comment that single-handedly killed Scam School. I hope it was worth it. R.I.P. Scam School. Hashtag blame the lieutenant. S3 Prototype says, Brushwood, you're the reason I carry cars to the bar and help combat with my fighting. Oh, that's fantastic, man. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Hoorah. All right, let me check in with you guys on the Q&A. Look at this. We're doing it. Oh, Justin Timberlake. That's what it is. Justin Timberlake, from the song that he sings, It's Gonna Be Me, but it sounds like May. Me, May. I get it. I can be reminded of 90s nostalgia. There we go. That's what's up. There we go. Awesome. Well, then in that case, let's move on to talk about the biggest freaking release we've had in years. Oh, man, Mike Flynn, fantastic. Oh, that's great. Mike Flynn says, I effing love Scam School. I haven't heard this in 3 years. It's Friday time. That means beer. You're dang gone right. There we go. Guessing is open. There we go. Nicholas George says, I'm on a different account than what I used back then, so I wouldn't get one ever. I'm sure I left tons over the year. It's okay. I'm here now. You know what? That's all that matters. It's Jubilee. I don't care. Everybody, let's all blame the algorithm. Let's all blame the pandemic. Let's all blame the weather. I'm just glad we're all here now. And speaking of being here now, let's take a look at this beast of a release. It looks at right before we went live, it looked like we were getting, what do you call it? There we go. We're getting over a wave. YouTube will push things in various waves. Oh, man. Is this right? Oh, wait. Nope. Another wave started. Crazy. What a crazy business all this is. Yep. Okay, so we did an episode on Meshtastic. Number one, Meshtastic is cool. Number two, what I found out since Meshtastic is the new hotness, and there'll be another episode about it, is Mesh Core. Mesh Core is apparently better than Meshtastic. It goes farther, although there's apparently drama inside of the Mesh Core community based on, man, where does the whiteboard want to live? Maybe over here? Oh, here. Maybe just down. There we go, like that. Yeah, there we go. That's a fine place. Yeah, so this episode, I spent all day yesterday. I knew it was good content. And lately, something that I've given lip service to for the longest time has been doing best practices tactically when it comes to titles and thumbnails, because there's a certain flavor of annoying titles and thumbnails that we all see on YouTube, and I didn't want to be that. But truthfully, YouTube uses two different metrics. There is the click-through rate. That's the thing that says, hey, click on me. But there's another pressure, which is the watch time. So the watch time indicates once somebody's in the door, how much time do they spend in there? Are they enjoying it? If they're spending a long time, then that's an indication that what they thought they're going to get is being delivered on. So whatever the language plus the visual is on the outside, that's the pitch, that's the bridge. And so you want something that speaks to their interests, but once they're in the door, they're clearly happy they clicked. And the two vectors are average watch time and click-through rate. And so with that in mind, let's take a look and see why this one popped. So, and keep in mind, this is not very different from other content. As a matter of fact, it occurs to me that some of you guys really are. This is the first time in years that Modern Rogue has popped up on your radar. Welcome back. Happy that we are connected again. If you missed it, we go live every morning. We revisit old Scam School episodes all the way back to episode 1. We talk about current events and our fight against the robots. We'll get to that in a bit. But, so in this case, the episode is fine. I suspect that the retention data is going to be about average, but I don't think it's going to be much different from what we get on, for example, let's look at the retention data on this one with Ryer. So in this case, we have a steep drop-off. The reason for that steep drop-off is because a lot of people wanted to know whether or not they were going to get free sex. Free sex is what won. And then they clicked, and they're all like, what? Not free sex. And then they're like, but sound effects with dry ice, that's not bad. And then they stick around. Look, they even go back and they rewatch parts of it. That's all good. So this drop-off notwithstanding, this is a very healthy thing. And if you want to compare it to, let's go back to kind of the last comp, straight razors. There we go. So if we look at understanding straight razors back in 2020, if we look at the retention graph, see, look at this. They're nice and smooth. That's what you want. Ideally, if this was a Mr. Beast graph, he does not care. He is a mechanical, more machine than man now. It would be a flat, straight line all the way across, but this is pretty close to a flat, straight line, except for the drop-off at the sponsor read, which makes sense. But that's the cost of doing business. That's how that goes. And then, so we got that, and this one's a less congruent match. And then if we go all the way back to our video, it's too early to have retention data. So instead, what you do is you look at average watch time, which is a general indicator of how long people are clicking around. So if we go to engagement, there we go. It says average view duration is 5 minutes and 25. Now you'll notice that the average view duration is going to drift down because think about it. Imagine there's a book and then it's all Stephen King fans, and a new Stephen King book comes out. They're going to read it all the way to completion. And then the wave of exposure, eventually it shows up in a grocery store checkout counter line. So you pick it up. You're not really a Stephen King fan, and so maybe you read less of it before you give up or whatever. That will happen as the video gets more and more popular. But for now, 525 is enough where it's like people are definitely watching it. Maybe some number of them bounce after they understand what the answer to their question is, but they'll stick around. So in this case, there are two ways. So if the title and thumbnail is the bridge between two pressure, like outside is the domain of the viewer. The viewer is God in the outside. On the inside of the content, Brian is God, right? And so Brian gets to dictate all the content and the message. The title and thumbnail is a negotiation point. So weirdly, I get to decide what are the images and what are the possible titles I'm going to do. But in terms of which one is the right one, the audience gets to decide. So when I did this A/B testing, I originally did 3 different titles. One was Meshtastic Isn't What You Think. Another one, which is, slightly salacious. The worst title would be Meshtastic is a moving picture show with Brian and Josh Nass who test some hardware. That would all be factually accurate. Probably wouldn't get a lot of clicks, right? And so the second one was, I think it was an internet that can't be turned off messaging system or something. But the one that won by 2.5 times was we tested the off-grid radio that scares cell companies. So this is the part where, as a creator, I don't want to make false promises because, number one, I don't want to have to deal with all of the blowback from it. And also, nobody likes a title that doesn't do the thing that says it's going to do. But we did the off-grid radio. It is that scares cell companies. Now, here's the thing. If you believe that what I'm saying is they're shaking in their boots, I believe, then yeah, you're probably going to be disappointed. But there have been a few people that say cell companies do not care at all. I disagree. Hard disagree. Because if the whole world took up Meshtastic or its kissing cousin Meshcore, then you better believe phones are going to start integrating similar technology. They definitely are paying attention to the preferences of the consumer. And the cell companies have a vested reason to want people to use cell towers. And if it was possible to not use cell towers, that would, dare I say, scare them. So it is not an overstatement at all. But regardless, in this case, we got a title that was resonating. And so then I tried different thumbnails. We got one of Josh. We got Happy and a gizmo. We got Brian and a gizmo. And then we got a gizmo. And you can see that the gizmo was interesting and Josh and the gizmo was different. Ooh la la. Hello, Mrs. Krabappel. Miss Krabappel. I almost said Mrs. She would love to be a Mrs. But at any rate, so we hit one with a high click-through rate. What is a high click-through rate in the world of YouTube? So if it's something that an awful lot of people click on, and it's something that they stick around for, YouTube loves that. And you can watch as it pushes and tries different cohorts. So here, I'll show you the most important thing you can watch in real time. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. So you got browse sources, suggested videos. This other YouTube features where it says 3.5%, usually there'll be a spike in that. And what it's doing is it's trying out your video in new pockets of humans. For example, as a cohort, people who love distributed network gizmos, that's a pocket of people. So it'll try a sampling of those. And then if that takes off, it's like, great, let's show it to all of them. And then maybe it'll show it 2 or 3 times, depending on people's interest. And then it's like, great, who else can we try? We could try this demographic, that demographic. And eventually it gets somewhere. Director unknown would be anything from like Reddit or outside websites. There's a bunch of different ones. But meanwhile, pushing on browse, that's like breaking into essentially YouTube's version of broadcast. So here, let's break down these numbers. And in fact, we could place our bets. In fact, BioCow, would it be possible? I don't know if I'm asking too much here. Would it be possible to set guess attack for where this one ends up by 24 hours? Or by tomorrow? By tomorrow at the beginning of... Oh, no, wait. We'd have to... I'll tell you what. By the beginning of the show tomorrow, we'll open up guessing now. This is hypothetical. We could all place our bets on what this will be at 24 hours from now when we do office hours tomorrow morning. That would be a fun guess attack. Okay. BioCow's gonna see about tweaking that. And then we'll open voting during this live stream, and basically voting will close, I don't know, a few hours from now. We'll figure it out. Views, watch time, subs, or revenues. I mean, eventually guess attack is going to be, we're going to make our own prediction market. we're going to compete with Kalshi. I'll end up taking it out to San Francisco and pitching for startup venture capital. That'd be fun. Okay, the video is, here we go. Reply and paste. There we go. I also like, man, I can't wait until the retention data happens, because I like the fact that it gives you an answer immediately. In terms of, like, you click with a question and then you instantly are like, it's this. Do you want to continue? It's like, yeah, I do. Hang on a tick. Where on earth? Oh, there it is. I kind of like this tactical move of just making the whiteboard smaller. Okay, let's take a look of what we got. Yeah, man, that's big. That's big. This looks like it'll be a 1 million+ view episode. How exciting. That's fun. Oh, and I haven't even started banging the drum on related shorts, because I think the related short, it also has a bit of a salacious title. The secret in the internet the government can't shut down. And in this case, it boosted it a lot. I was like, well, is it just too salacious a title? But if you look at engagement, 70% of people stick around and watch, which is really great. That means it's a real short. And in fact, some of the comments were funny. Somebody said, you don't have to have a license. You don't have to explain what the short is about. And then somebody said, it's almost like the videos are meant to attract a larger audience to the main video. I thought that was nice. I always love seeing fans kind of gently cajole people into bringing them inside the tent. Oh, look at this. We have guess attack. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. There we go. The proposition is, how many views will We Tested the Off-Grid Radio that scares cell companies have by tomorrow? And we'll say, just informally, you know what? I'll place my guess. Decent chance at exponential growth. Let's say it's a really good day. I'm going to lowball it. I'll say 175. Yeah. Okay. Oh, look at that. These will all pop up again when we visit it tomorrow, right, BioCow? Charles Rubach says 77,000. Now that would be a significant slowdown, Charles Rubach, because I think we're already at how much? 20,000. Oh, I guess oh wait, no. That's the short. The actual content is already at 60,000. So Charles Rubach, yeah. So I suspect, Charles, that will that will keep on going. Okay, yeah. So you can see here it's testing a wave of cohorts. But that's really satisfying. That's fun to watch. There we go. So where does that put us? While we were live, it went to 10,000 per hour. And now we're at 11,000 per hour. So that'll be even higher. And so the real question is, at some point, it tips past the level of relevance for everyone. And so it kind of becomes like, it can't go forever. Although there's always, whenever you're experiencing the euphoria of something, popping, that brief moment that you think, oh my God, what is the upper limit? It's a great moment to just imagine it going up forever. But we all know it can't. But we can indulge for just a little bit in imagining what that would look like. Because this is a fairly anodyne topic. It's definitely in the modern rogue wheelhouse. And we do have a good time. And Josh Nass is a good presenter, and it's a cool gizmo. And the community, when I went out to the meetup at the Austin Mesh meetup, they're all really cool people. Whoa, we just ticked over 60,000. So here's where you check for the click-through rates on this stuff. So we are dropping down. The click-through is an indicator of general interest. And so it turns out that we peaked at 8.2. It might find in its tests another pocket where that goes even higher, but we're just going to watch it kind of slowly roll through a bunch of different things as it tries to find other humans. I believe, as a matter of fact, the Austin, I think we give a shout out to him near the end. Let me see if we can find that.
A node to help boost.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I want to, and then I just poker communicate.
Is this aged out?
The first one, modes of transmission that, if you will.
So I guess the next Austin, if we can track a signal from HQ, like maybe to the Wizard Academy or downtown, maybe we can recruit like a whole bunch of people all around Austin.
AustinMesh.org. I found their website when I made a landfall here, and they exist, and they have a pretty good set.
Yeah, they have like thousands of people in. Oh, hold on, everybody! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa. The most important person in the world just showed up.
Yeah! The #1 person on the planet! You know what makes the person who we like the most in the entire world?
Currently calculating value. How do we decide who is the most important person in the world? Answer coming from the 1920s.
We figured it out. It's the one that gives us money. Thank you. Thank you very much, Wojo. That's fantastic. Appreciate that. As always, man. Good to see you. Yes, they got a Discord for Austin Mesh. You can see those. That is a great thing. Good thing I don't play the stock market. 167, 167, 6767. I agree. I don't know, man. Really, the big question is, I mean, that's a pretty high click-through rate. There's a lot of things that could happen between now and, tomorrow, but that's a fine launch. Good times, guys. All right, well, then I guess that is about it on this episode of Office Hours. Tomorrow, I'll see you guys bright and early. We'll be covering another Scam School classic and making more headway on taking on the robotic uprising. And so until then, I've been Brian Brushwood, and this has been Office Hours. Office Hours is brought to you by Charles Rubach. Andy Shin provided a thanks for the Austin Mesh shout-out. BLCKCT mentioned that it sounds like the Rodecaster Pro. He's correct. Hawk Worley, Dylan Theus, and Charles Rubach provided Diamond Club symbols. Magic 51 was our winner, question mark? I think so. No, Earth 56. Anyway, thank you very much, Ken. Thank you very much, Joey. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow's. Goodbye, beautiful people.